Hi, IPC students. It was wonderful to spend the day discussing the power of conscious manifesting and alchemy as it pertains to being an intuitive practitioner. I know I didn't really get into the term alchemy, but as it pertains to conscious manifesting, alchemy refers to all the work that we did with respect to clearing the blocks or transmuting energies that do not serve us, that might stand between us and what we want. So what we discussed yesterday, just to recap, is the power of conscious manifesting and how it differs for those of us who are intuitive practitioners. What it means is that we come into the world to awaken. And as intuitive practitioners, our work, our practice is to stand in the posture of awareness that we are spirit having a physical experience, and that all resources exist in non-ordinary reality and are available to us at any given time. And the want is the vibrational message from our soul self, our higher being, telling us that it's ready for that which exists in non-ordinary reality to be brought through us into the physical world. So the reason we tend to want, most of the reasons that we want, with something that's persisting, something that just keeps sticking for us. So for example, for me, I've wanted to write since I was a little girl. I just always see myself as an author and a writer. Actually didn't see myself as a medium. That's pretty funny for an intuitive. But I always did see myself as a writer. And so that want speaks to something that exists in the Akashic realm, in the realm of the soul, in non-ordinary reality. And it's waiting to be brought into the physical world. So there's 3 ways that we can do that. And we discussed that at length and then practiced them yesterday. One is through shamanic journey. And shamanic journey allows us to go into the lower world or the upper world. We can do it in the middle world, though I didn't discuss that in yesterday's class. So in the lower and upper world, we would meet with our helping spirits, work in our power spot, and then retrieve the essence, the energy of that which we are wanting from non-ordinary reality. We would get that essence or whatever energy needs to return to us and bring it into this realm. What will happen very often is we may need to do a clearing, a healing, in order for that essence to be able to return or to be able to be resonant with us in this lifetime. Or we may get guidance on what needs to happen in order for us to connect more deeply to that energy that wants to be in this world. So in shamanic journey, it's a very powerful tool because it allows us to go get what it is we're seeking and be shown where it exists and how to bring it in. And then we continue to work with that energy until the manifestation is complete. And completion means we have it. We're done. Sometimes we're guided that we don't really need to journey for the essence any longer, but we need to keep going into the next way for manifesting, and conscious manifesting can be done also through visualization, which can be much easier for people that find shamanic journeying to be a little challenging so far at this point. And so if that's the case, then use this tool, which is to visualize. That means get yourself centered, attune your vibration, lift yourself into theta. You always do that for journey and for visualization and for any kind of manifesting. If you really want it to be anchored in this world, you've got to enter theta. Alpha will do it, but won't do it at the same level as theta. So you want to get into a deep, relaxed state, which means very high vibration with your ego very relaxed and not interfering. So that may take time. using your breath, using chanting, using meditation to calm the body and to allow the mind to be centered and focused on what it is you want to visualize. In this visualization practice, we use a method where we imagine or visualize ourselves standing before a screen. We see that which we are creating on the screen like it's a movie playing before us. If we're not visual, then it's something that we know. We just think it or allow ourselves to sense that it's happening, as if it's happening in the now, because all creation, all truth exists in the eternal now. So we see it as though it's happening in the now, and we add all the senses to the experience. So in the visual or the movie that's running on the screen, we hear what we're saying as someone who has, the manifested experience. We imagine ourselves thinking, what do we think now that we have that? What are we saying? What are people saying to us? What do we look like? What are we feeling? And we get all of those experiences in our own body. And then we radiate light to the image on the screen. And if you haven't already invoked or brought forth your helping spirits, you would bring them through to send you light, to boost your energy, and then radiate that light from your heart chakra and crown into a triangle of light toward the screen. Fill it with light, and then fill it with so much light that it begins to glow and the light comes back to you. Then let the energy come off the screen back into your body, all the way into your heart, until you feel it entering all your cells. Then let it settle down. Let it be in your cells. Breathe into it. Appreciate your ability to do it. Radiate your loving light to it. Now you can be complete right at this point. Or you can take your manifesting a step further if it feels appropriate to do it. And what you would do in this case is you would then expand your light, your energy field, and you do it just the way we've been doing it all along, where you expand that loving light into your space, into your community, around the earth, into all that is. And hold that vibration and then chant Om. And allow that vibration to reach all of creation. When you feel that settled, then call the energy back. What you're doing is you're allowing that energy to expand into the universe, and you're also honoring with deep reverence all beings who are resonant with this already. So anybody else who wants to do or be or have what you are creating is also feeling that you're blessing that energy. And then the third way that you can bring conscious manifesting into your experience as an intuitive practitioner is to command it. And commanding is the act of being in theta, again, attune and align first, and then in that state, you're merged with Source, and from there, you would command the energy into the flow that you want it to be. So one way to command is, I now command the source of all that is, that I am now a New York Times best-selling author, and I am fulfilled. This would be a command, or I now, with grateful heart, open to receive all that would serve my highest good and allow me to bring forth all blessings to all those whom I'm here to serve their highest good with ease and grace. And I am fulfilled. So we want to add in, if it makes sense, if it's something that's really a stretch, like, I now run a triathlon. You might want to add, even though I don't know how, I only know now that I am running a triathlon with ease and grace and succeeding with it joyfully. I command the source of all that is, that I am now an accomplished triathlete and I am fulfilled. And then you allow the energy to settle into your being and again appreciate. And with each of the three ways, it's essential that we attune, allow, align, allow, appreciate our ability to do this, to be creative in this body as spirit in a physical world. And then we take action as guided. This is essential to take responsibility for our own creative process. So we take action as guided, and as we do that, we adjust. Sometimes we have to adjust the sails. Sometimes we even adjust what we're creating. We may think, oh, you know what? I really don't care if I'm a New York Times bestseller. I really do care if my book serves the highest good of all concerned and it reaches all those who it needs to reach. So that might be what you shift. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Or I don't care if I'm a triathlete. Maybe I realize as I'm getting into this, what it really comes down to is I feel fully at home and in full health in my physical body. So sometimes you may tweak it, sometimes you won't. Another thing that you may want to do is add in a vision board, because having a visual, something that anchors in the physical world what you're creating and from non-ordinary reality into the physical, can make a huge difference. It can be a really beautiful meditation if you do it with consciousness. What you would do is you would take a piece of paper or a poster board, you can even do it on Pinterest, and you put images that represent what it is that you're expecting to create. It's important that the images uplift you, feel joyful to you, and inspire you when you look at them. Images and words make a huge difference for us and can anchor that power. It's also important to spend a couple of minutes every day in some act of conscious manifesting, even if it's the simplest, I am now opening myself in service of the highest good of life, or I turn my life and my will over to that which is greater than my mind, or to the source of life, or to God divine. And I thank you for guiding me in every aspect of my life, and thank you for all your blessings. Even that command will set the tone of your day. So, tomorrow I'll post a video, or later this week, I'll post a video about blocks and how to clear them and some of the practices that we used to do so during our class. I hope you're having a blessed and loving day. I want to thank you for showing up. I want to thank you for opening your heart, your mind, and your being to the process of awakening and discovering the power and the richness, the fullness of what it means to be an intuitive practitioner. It's my deep and profound honor to walk with you in this journey. I love you, and I send blessings to you all.